What's going on, guys? It's your boy DJ Skandalous here, and we're back with an all-new hip-hop vlog about the 10 worst Tupac songs of all time. Let's get it.
I'm built for it, nigga.
Honorable mentions is the Secrets of War remix on Still I Rise. Now, this is a great beat by Johnny J, but overall, I hate this track because Tupac has yet another version of this song with a different verse, a whole hook by Tupac, and also different Hussein, Fatal, and Gaddafi verses and Corrupt. They could easily had Tupac do verse 1, had Tupac do the hook, Tupac do verse 2, or verse 3, and had Corrupt and Hussein, Fatal, or Gaddafi in the middle or at the end. And overall, on the other verse, there's another outro too. So they scrapped a whole intro, they scrapped a whole verse, a whole hook, and a whole outro. Right there, you could have had another solo song, but you decided to not include that. I don't understand that.
Faster clip and watch me bring them to the floor. I got some shit that they ain't ready for. I got the secret. You either ride with us or collide with us. See, boy, niggas faster clip and watch me bring them to the floor. I got some shit that they ain't ready for. I got the secret to war.
Bust if we must, plus handle business when you jealous niggas fuck with us.
Secret to war.
We bust if we must, plus handle our business when you jealous niggas fuck with us.
Shit, what the secret to war? Bust first, nigga. Collect all the chips and get away clean. Fuck what you heard, nigga. That's how you gotta do it. Get your cash on, get your mash on, and be through. All you motherfuckers trying to make a career out the dope game, that's the lame ass trick made. Wearing my 44, right before you bust a dime, let you look for something, I'll say your goodbyes. Then rule 6, witness the death of a trick. He was a coward from day one and died like a bitch. Plus, if we must, plus we handle business if you jealous niggas fuck with us. Secret to war. We plus if we must, plus we handle business if you jealous niggas fuck with us.
Honorable mention number 2 is You Can Be Touched from Still I Rise. Now, this is a great beat. I love this beat by Johnny J. It's amazing. The original is also amazing and has a nice chorus. Overall, the reason I don't like the version on Still I Rise because they had a whole Tupac verse for this track, and it's not used on his own album. They had Napoleon go and recite the whole verse, but they said that this verse was made for Napoleon, but I don't really believe that because on the original, Tupac has his own verse and Napoleon has his verse at the end of the song. So why would Napoleon have two verses? And Napoleon didn't even have a project that he was working on in 96. So I don't know why his verse was not used here on his own song. Now, it could have been a damaged master reel or something like that. If that's the case, they should have had the original on the album as a bonus.
It's floating and the world turns silent cause you can be touched.
Young niggas in the wildlife, adolescent young dreams turn violent. Explode and the world turns silent cause you can be touched. My young niggas in the wildlife, criminal mind of a juvenile, still living child life, thinking he can make his pay. You in a rush, niggas better slow down.
Number 3 is basically two songs, and that's When Thugs Cry and Black Cotton. Now, I think overall the remix of When Thugs Cry is great, but the chorus is just trash. And I don't know why they added in a singer when Tupac already had a hook for When Thugs Cry. That's yet another song that they had an extra outro, an extra 2 intros, and a whole Tupac hook that they didn't even use. So they wasted 2 intros, the hook, and another outro. So I don't get what they were doing there. They could have easily had an outro be an interlude. They could have easily had 2 versions of this song released. And also, this Black Cotton and When Thugs Cry song samples a classic song by Sting called Fragile. So there's not much you can do to outdo that. The Black Cotton remix on Low of the Game is pretty good. Features the Outlaws. And the original actually had Mouse Man with more Tupac ad-libs. So they kind of scrapped a lot of Tupac ad-libs for the remix. And overall, the beat that Eminem used was pretty good, but it's not better than the Sting Fragile sample.
In my dreams, I hear motherfuckers screaming. What is the meaning when thugs cry? And in my dreams, I hear motherfuckers screaming. What is the meaning when thugs cry? Battle scars and closed caskets are multiplied. Motherfuckers die, don't ask why. When thugs cry, we don't shed tears, we shed blood. Do you still wanna be a thug? When thugs thugs cry.
When thugs cry. I hear you busters out there talking about
forgive us for
your
our
thugs
sins.
cry. Living that thug life.
Let's go to my nigga
Thug
Kato.
this, thug that.
My nigga Mitchell.
You still wanna be a
When
thug,
thugs cry.
I can see what thugs
From
got
all your homeboys.
like
This
thugs.
wild ass place called hell.
Wanna cry like
World ain't ready for us, homie.
this will be the eulogy for every thug nigga that ever put it down in this motherfucker. Rest in peace, my nigga. God bless the dead. Fuck the feds. When thugs cry, I send this out to all my dead homeboys. All the niggas that put it down and they rest in peace now. All the niggas that watch me from heaven to hell. When thugs cry, and most definitely, most importantly, most truly, most dearest, put this down for my grandmama. Rest in peace. God take you, let the angels let you fly. We'll be down here riding for you, no doubt. I got that nigga. Do you still wanna be a thug? Thugs cry.
Now the final one is what's next on Pac's life. Now this is another honorable mention. I think overall the song was great to hear because it was crystal clear Tupac vocals. I've been listening to What's Next way before the Pac's Life album ever came out, and it's so degraded and just sound like a radio rip or something. You know, it was muffled and you can't really make out you can make out his verse, but it's not crystal clear that you can actually bump in your car and stuff. And we got later rips of the song leaked on the internet, which sound good, but it's not as crystal clear as Pac's Life version. So I do like the remix in regard to the vocal quality, but overall the production is totally different than the original. The original of the song was actually meant for an album that Tupac was working on at Death Row Records in 1995, most likely during the All Eyes on Me sessions or a little bit before it, and it's actually for an album called Thug Life Volume 2, Still I Rise, and this was going to feature The Outlaws and Big Psych and also Mo Preem. And the album mostly consisted of songs like Where You Been, What's Next, Letter to the President, Straight Ballin', Teardrops and Closed Caskets, Soon As I Get Home, and songs like that. Now, for whatever reason, they changed the sample up, and the original sample was called May the Force Be With You by Bootsy's Rubber Band. And they took the whole element and soft-spoken vibe of the track, and they put on this crunk beat and make it a hard, like, southern beat, which made no sense. I do like the features on it, but overall, I think Big Psych was a way better.
But no one cares instead of share. All we get is theirs. Because the fear will evaporate. Say your prayers. And what's next?
Hard living got me going insane, but I'm addicted to the hustle. I'm trapped in the game.
And be no longer there. But no one cares instead of share. All we get is theirs. Because the fear will evaporate. Say your prayers. And what's next?
Struggles continue, I'm striving with
Tell me what the fuck am I supposed to do? What's next?
the struggles continue, I'm packing with my
Tell me
crew.
what the fuck am I supposed to do? What's next?
On this block, chicken after chicken. There was a time that if you slipped, you caught a stitching in the main position. Statistician, the ghetto.
Alright guys, that's it for my vlog. I know my opinion probably differs from you guys, but overall, there's a lot of big mistakes with a lot of remixes that they released after his passing. A lot of them on Loyal to the Game, I could have won over the whole album there. There's a lot of garbage on that album, but eventually I'll get to that. Also guys, don't forget to check out the Real Thugs merch, and this is dedicated to my remix of Real Thugs with the Eazy-E, Ice Cube, and Tupac. You can find it on my Teespring store, and that should be under each video. Be sure to check out my old Eminem music channel. It's going to be a new channel called Skandalous Talk, and this is mostly going to be for hip-hop vlogs, podcasts about wrestling and sports, American football. It's also going to be about DC and Marvel movie talk as well. I'm going to have some co-hosts on there. I may also even interview other Tupac DJs around the scene if they're up for that. I'm still going to do my Tupac vlogs on this channel, but the other channel is going to be more hip-hop oriented and more sports talk and random podcast talk. So I hope you guys check that out. It should be on my main page, right in my section where all my channels are. It's going to be called Skandalous Talk. Check it out. Peace out.
She's so scandalous.
All you niggas out there,
She's so scandalous.
beware these lying ass scandalous bitches.
She's so scandalous.
They will leave your ass on E.
Scandalous.
Believe me.